don't know what you've been told.
I don't know what you've been told.
What writing traits you need to know.
What writing traits you need to know.
There are 6 traits plus 1.
There are 6 traits plus 1.
Using these are really fun.
Using these are really fun.
1, 2,
Let's learn.
3, 4.
Let's learn.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Let's learn.
Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Creative Writing. I'm Miss Barrow from Sadie Curtis Primary. In today's lesson, we will focus on the 6+1 writing traits. But before we begin, let's have a look at our objectives. After this lesson, you will be able to list the writing traits, explain the purpose of these traits, and utilize the 6+1 writing traits to improve your writing. Well, are you ready to learn about these 6+1 secret ingredients of writing? Let's get started. Here are the 6+1 writing traits.
The first writing trait is ideas. This is the heart of the writing, where the main message is conveyed. When the ideas are strong, your thoughts will be clear. Here, think of interesting things to say or questions you want answered. This pulls your reader's attention. Ideas are first developed by choosing a topic to focus on. Once the topic is decided, ideas can be sparked by looking at pictures, toys, or even a flashback of a special place you once visited or book you read. Once you have narrowed your idea and started planning, think about your hooks, topic sentences, supporting details, and concluding sentence. The second trait is organization. This is the layout of your writing, and it's the pattern of your ideas. Take, for example, making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Would you toast the bread after spreading the peanut butter and jelly on it? Of course not. Why? Because it doesn't make sense. In your writing, it is important that there is a sequence of events and a logical order that flows. To help with this, you can also use transitional words and phrases to help connect your ideas and move from one point to the next. Here is a paragraph about making a scrumptious conch salad. But one problem, the ideas are all mixed up. In organization, there needs to be a beginning, middle, and a clear ending. I challenge you to take a moment and organize these sentences so that it makes sense. Pause the video and start now. When you are done, press play. Here's a clue. Use the transitional words and phrases to help you. Welcome back. I'm sure that you had an awesome time rearranging the sentences so that it makes sense. Here's what I came up with. Yummy, yummy, yummy. The best and easiest Bahamian appetizer to make is the conky tropical salad. Firstly, it is important to collect the flavors that will explode in your mouth. For instance, conch, sweet red tomatoes, onions, spicy goat pepper, crunchy apples, sweet mangoes, lemon, and native salt. Secondly, dice up all the ingredients into lovely miniature cubes. Thirdly, squeeze half a lemon over the mixture and swirl all the ingredients in a deep bowl to marry the flavors. Next, dish the ingredients into your favorite container until it stands tall and strong like a mountain. At last, introduce your taste buds to the best tasting conch salad ever. Bon appetit! Following these simple steps when making a tropical delight will make you the star chef in the family. Can you imagine not having a voice? It is a very important form of expression. In writing, there is also the voice trait. It is the soul of the writing that lets the writer know it's really you that's speaking. Your feelings, attitudes, and emotions come through with your words. If voice is present, the reader will know if you're happy, sorrowful, afraid, or excited. Some strategies that help with voice is the use of dialogue and figurative language. Let's look at this example of telling sentences where voice is absent. I walked into the house and smelled Mom's homemade cookies. That was cool. I ate one right away. Let's compare it to this revised sentence. I walked into the house smelling Mom's homemade cookies and nearly fell over in my haste to get to the kitchen. My mom is the best. As I bit into the still warm cookie, a wave of happiness washed over me. I smiled at my mom in thanks. Did you hear a voice? Of course you did. The voice is one of happiness. The words highlighted are used to express how the character feels about his or her mom's cookies. Let's see if you can identify the voice in these two examples. Greta was anxious for the sun to rise. She totally regretted binge-watching spooky movies. The slightest sound made her jitter. That's the last time I watched creepy movies, she mumbled. Can you guess what the voice is? Yes, terrified. With lips pressed and temper rising, Greta slammed the refrigerator door and roared,
Who ate the last piece of Benny cake?
Can you guess what the voice of the character is? Correct! The voice is furious. Words are everywhere that we go, and it is so important that we use the right words when communicating and writing. That brings us to our fourth writing trait, word choice. This is the rich, colorful, and specific language used to make writing more interesting. Word choice helps to paint a vivid picture in the reader's mind. A great writer would use sensory details, clear adjectives, spicy verbs, and strong nouns to bring clarity and expand ideas to make the writing come to life. Let's have a look at this sentence. Jaden looked good in his casual outfit. Good describes how Jaden looks, but can you think of a more interesting adjective? Let's try charming. Jaden looked charming in his casual outfit. This is a much better word choice. Here is another example. We walked home quickly as it began to rain. Walked is used to describe someone moving quickly. Can you think of a more suitable verb to reflect fast movement? How about we dashed home quickly as it began to rain? Dashed is a stronger verb. Hurried and rushed are other examples which could have been used in this sentence. It's your turn to try. Look at the sentences provided. Replace the underlined word with an exciting word choice. If you need time to think about your answer, pause the video and return when you're ready. I'm sure that you did a great job. Here are the examples I used. Instead of happy, I selected ecstatic. Tom was ecstatic when Mom said I can go to my friend's house after school. Instead of said, I used explained. My favorite time of the day is eating lunch with my friends, John explained. The trait that focuses on the flow of language is known as sentence fluency. This is how smooth the writing is. When considering sentence fluency, use short, medium, and long sentences. Also, sentences should never repeat themselves. Start each sentence differently and use different types of sentences to create rhythm in your writing. Take a close look at this paragraph. Sarah forgot her umbrella. It started to rain. Sarah got drenched. Sarah caught bronchitis. Sarah had to go to the doctor. Sarah should have bought her umbrella. What did you notice about that sentence? That's right. There was no sentence fluency. And also, the sentences were pretty much the same length, and we kept hearing Sarah, 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 Sarah. With the use of transitional words and combined sentences, and perhaps a few additional words of your own, would help the sentences to flow better. For example, Sarah forgot her umbrella the very day it decided to rain cats and dogs. In 10 seconds, she was drenched. She caught bronchitis and had to visit the doctor. Forgetting her umbrella was a huge mistake. Didn't those sentences flow? Did you hear the rhythm? Now it's your turn to try. Rewrite the sentences so that there is sentence fluency. Feel free to join the sentences together or add additional words and phrases to make the sentences flow better. When you're done, press play. Welcome back. Are your sentences flowing any better? I'm sure that it is. Well, here's what I came up with. Joshua and Josiah were at a traditional rake and scrape concert. Clapping, singing, and dancing to the song of Catch the Crab Boy was their most entertaining moment. During the concert, they took goofy selfies to send to their buddies. It was an awesome experience. They loved Bahamian music. Have you ever read an article, story, or a report loaded with mistakes? Well, the sixth trait is conventions, which simply mean it focuses on the writing rules to help make writing clear and correct. This includes correcting spelling, punctuation, capitalization, and grammar where needed. If you were to take a look at these sentences, I'm sure that you could make out the main message. However, it's loaded with punctuation, grammatical, and capitalization errors. This needs to be fixed. It's important to edit your work or have someone else read your work to spot mistakes you've made. If we correct the highlighted words and revise the sentences, it would look like this. Sammy threw paper airplanes in class. One hit the teacher, Miss Tucker. Go to the principal's office, demanded Miss Tucker. Are you ready to edit? Well, look at the text provided. This text has 10 errors, including missing quotation marks. Carefully examine the text so that you can make sure that the sentences are error-free. When you are done, press play. Here are the errors in the text. If you have edited the text properly, here's what it should look like. Which book would you like to read? Asked the librarian. We have one called The Blue Hole Mystery. Have you heard of it? Here is our final trait, presentation. This is how your writing looks. The writer should always make sure that the writing is pleasing to the eye. This simply means presenting your work on clean paper, staying between the lines, not scribbling, and using your best handwriting.
Are you ready for a challenge? This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Yes, it's time for you to combine all of the writing traits in a paragraph. Your title is My Favorite Pet. Now, you get to decide if you're writing a fiction or non-fiction piece. But whatever you do, remember to use the writing traits. Pause the video now and get started.
Here's a story about my favorite pet. I call it My Snowball's Meltdown. On Monday morning, my face was as long as a mile. I was concerned that my fluffy white Shih Tzu wasn't his hyper self. Usually, Snowball would greet me with sharp barks and twirl around my legs in excitement for sweet potato biscuits. Today was different. Instead of chowing down, he just laid there like a log and took short, shallow, shaky breaths. Snowball was in a horrible state, so I decided to dash him to Puppies Are People 2 vet for medical attention. As I paced back and forward in the holding room, my palms grew sweaty. My stomach twisted in knots when I heard the results. No, 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 I cried. Dr. Calm handed me the awful news that my precious baby had heart disease and reacted badly to the medication provided. He kicked the bucket. How could this happen? I was puzzled. Adamant about keeping Snowball's memory alive, I prepared a special ceremony for him in the backyard. His favorite squeeze ball, pink teddy bear, and a photo we took 2 weeks ago were laid under the dilly tree where I sprinkled his ashes. It was a rough day. To disguise the crack in my voice, I played music and whispered prayers all day long to alleviate the pain. This was the worst day ever. But I will always remember our precious memories. At least he's in puppy heaven now.
Aww, isn't that a depressing story? Well, it's okay. You can turn that frown upside down because Snowball did not kick the bucket. As a matter of fact, Snowball is still alive. Well, he really didn't exist because I don't have a pet. But that's the beauty of using the writing traits. You get to use your ideas, word choice, and more in order to make your writing magical. What's even more awesome is you get to use those traits in all styles of writing. So the next time you're asked to write a narrative, expository, persuasive, or descriptive piece, think about including these writing traits. You won't regret it. Well, that's all for today, guys. Thanks for joining and see you again next time. Happy writing!